We are once again back for a great show ahead of us for the next 40 minutes to an hour or however long this goes. I don't know. There's some topics in here that are very questionable that I'm going to want to get past real soon. I mean, it's going to, we got a stacked show that you guys are going to want to tune into the entire time. It's going to feel like a breeze. That's how fast it's going to go by. But before, of course, we get to it, we got to waste your time doing other stuff, such as talking about none of these topics and introducing ourselves. So, of course, as always, I am Armin. Find me at the link tree and, go follow. You might, I don't know, see me post wherever. Maybe sometimes I don't. I don't know how this works, but hey, I'll get back to it eventually, someday, somehow. Mitch, where can they find you? And are you doing anything anywhere?
You can find me in the link tree, and I think does this go out on a Sunday now?
Yes.
Yeah, by the time this is up, the first episode of Pro Noob that me and Jared are doing is going to be live on my channel. We're talking Neon Genesis.
I thought you were going to say, like, you're going to be on Final Fantasy 14 again.
No, I've actually been playing Destiny the last couple of days.
You're regressing now? What is happening?
Well, the final shape's out in a couple of weeks. And
people are trying to get their economies up before it comes out.
I'm not even worried about it. I'm just like trying to get back into the swing of things and not be crap at the game. So yeah. So Friday. Friday at I think 5 p.m. Eastern is the first episode for mine and Jared's video.
Oh, there we go. That's good. Hopefully, people like it. We'll post it on the group and people can see it there. So there we go. Tristan, what are you up to? Where are you doing the things and the what?
You can check out my link tree and big thanks to people watching like the last video. It's weird with the algorithm though, because not that many watch it. It takes about a couple hours to kick in to where it's averaging out to about like 600 viewers a video for Lost Media series that I've been doing for a while. I just got back into the swing of things. So is that.
Well, that's good.
Also, and I don't know if you were gonna play Fortnite this season because they have Magneto as their battle pass skin.
Yeah, I did see that. It's a little weird seeing that. It's like, oh, but okay.
It's a unique Magneto because we saw what it was called. It was called Wastelander Magneto. So.
Okay, I mean, I guess it fits, right? I think.
Yeah, yes. I think they're also putting in a mythic to where you use Magneto's powers. So hopefully it's not busted like some of the other stuff.
Yeah.
Who even still plays Fortnite?
A lot of people actually. They play more than the regular build mode.
So I thought when Ninja fell off, the whole thing fell off.
No,
it's not around anymore.
No, he doesn't play it that much anymore. It's it was falling off before they put in zero build mode, and basically more people have been playing zero build than regular.
Huh.
Fair play. Yeah, didn't Ninja move to a different site and it tanked his career or something? Not tanked it, but
he
fell off.
He did. He went to Mixer, and
that's
then
the one,
and even he admitted that he probably shouldn't have done that.
It was like womp womp.
Yeah, that seems like it was probably a weird decision. What? Because wasn't Mixer the
It's a Microsoft thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
They're essentially just trying to buy the top streamers, and not a lot of people actually transferred over. And even though they got
Microsoft trying to buy their way out of a problem, I'm shocked.
Yeah.
Watch that get shut down in a year.
Yeah, it's like it was every decade they screw up because they try and buy their problems.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess I should mention the former podcast feed for Spotify will be back now. I think they've sorted out, and they should be able to get the old episodes back on that one as well to the newest feed we started. If they don't, Who knows? Just enjoy the new shows. What's the point of enjoying old shows? It's enjoy the new stuff. There we go. I took a note of mentioning that, and I forgot to mention it when I kicked off the show.
So they can go back to the old shows and then come back to new ones when they post up and say, "You guys are phonies.
You're wrong." Yeah, that is how it works. But hey, speaking of phonies, do we want to just try to phone in this? I mean, deliver a great show? Yes, of course we do.
I'm on my phone right now, so let's do it.
Cool. So let's do our first topic here, which is Spider-Man the Animated Series. This would be obviously the 90s animated series that we're talking about.
Mhm.
The one that ran in a shared universe with X-Men the Animated Series, Fantastic Four, and all that. There's been rumblings of a potential sequel season / series, just like X-Men. But every person at Marvel seems to have a different way of saying, well, we'll see. Like it's
just give it a while.
Yeah. It's essentially 'cause they more than likely want to wait until at least Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man is out eventually before saying, yeah, we're gonna have another Spider-Man animated TV series.
Because like what a lot of people are missing with Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, right, is this is a Marvel Studios thing or Marvel Television, Marvel Animation. It's that division. If they're gonna push that series heavy with toys and merchandise and stuff, so if they were to announce, hey, we're doing Spider-Man the animated series 98 or whatever, guess what? People are suddenly going to go, well, the thing I'm familiar with that's going to slightly change the characters and sell us new toys is coming back. So you definitely don't want to step on your own, feet by announcing what I would say people want to see, So it's you gotta wait
I
a
still
little.
think you could have two at the same time. It's Spider-Man, right? How many comics does Spider-Man have at any given point?
That's true.
He has a lot right now, but only like one is actually any good to read. So,
Well,
but the others still sell. It doesn't matter if they're good or not. They still sell.
I think the whole issue just with Spider-Man having multiple ongoing, animated series would be the toy pipeline. I think that's the only thing that comes up against it, because it's like they can only produce so many things, like two things Marvel at a time, it seems like. So
especially since it's Hasbro. So
yeah, they're terrible.
I mean, Hasbro pump out everything though.
Every 2 weeks, Hasbro's like, how can we recolor Optimus Prime and Soundwave this week?
I mean, that's what every Star Wars announcement is the same, like 3 characters.
It's the same. It's these, and like we just had the 40th year anniversary of the original series, and people were pissed it wasn't another generic G1 Optimus Prime. I'm like, Hasbro, and then Hasbro literally 2 weeks later does what they wanted. It's like, you knew this was coming. Like Spider-Man would be in the same thing. It's like, how many times can we change the suit just ever so slightly? It's like,
yeah.
The merchandise will certainly be there, like, because they recently did Spider-Man the Animated Series in the Legends 6-inch figures, and those were, every time they went on sale, they sold out. Like, the nostalgia factor is high.
There you go. There's absolutely no reason not to do it.
Yeah.
Or maybe that the fact they're so high is a reason to not even bother, because what's the point? People are buying them anyway.
True. Oh, it's I'm hopeful. Like,
see, they got to do it just purely for the X-Men 97 ending.
Yeah,
because it's like, well, why the hell's MJ back? Like, when did that happen?
Right.
Can't do that to us.
What people were like, even if it did get picked up for revival / sequel season, most people assume that this is like right before Peter found out that she was the Hydro clone. So you get to see him. You get to see him cry yet again.
Imagine. No, I want it back. I want the Iron Man back more, but I want Spider-Man back. Just bring all those 90 series back, apart from that one Avengers season.
Avengers Earth. Yeah, that was rough. Like,
I think, was it Avengers Unlimited or something like that?
I want to say it was Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes. unless it changed over for Europe and UK, which 90s cartoons had a tendency to do that.
Yeah, they did.
But like, they're like, check out these Avengers. Look at Wonder Man and Hawkeye, and they're wearing giant, thick armor suits that are white. I'm like, what is this? Come on.
What was
It was
the
wild.
name?
Crazy.
United They Stand.
United They Stand. Yep. Oh,
Yeah.
man.
Strangest lineup you'll ever see.
It was clearly like, get us the non-union Avengers we don't have to pay for. There they are. Like, oh,
Hawkeye and Scarlet Witch leading the Avengers team. That's crazy.
yeah.
And we got Vision, Falcon, Tigra, Wonder Man. I assume that's Giant Man and Wasp.
Yeah. And they make like there's cameo appearances by some of the core Avengers, and yeah.
From that lineup, it sounds like they just took the West Coast Avengers and said you're Avengers.
It's
now.
pretty much West Coast,
Yeah.
yeah.
What's even worse about that is that like Iron Man, Cap, and Thor, they were relegated to special appearances.
Yeah. Because they had their own show. They were too good for it. They're too good for this edgy, armored Avengers. Massive shoulder pads.
Dude, they had giant shoulder pads.
They did, yeah.
You could tell Liefeld was influential in that. Like,
100%, yeah.
Yeah, it's wild. Well, I suppose that's going to be it for, I guess, a little bit on the animated universe and all that. Because, hey, since we mentioned Liefeld, let's talk about Spawn. Because we got another man who keeps, talking the talk.
I was like, what? I was about to say, what does Liefeld have to do with Spawn?
I was going to say, this man has just invented.
I'm telling you, it's the same. Literally, have you ever seen Rob Liefeld and Todd McFarlane in the same room? I haven't. So they're both promising these things that never happened, such as Todd promising the Spawn reboot is finally going to happen. He promises.
Yeah, like after the rewrite that they had to do yet again for like what the 7th time, because he's like, because he said that it's just quite not right yet, and that they're still working on it, and that it's like gonna pick up steam like right after the second Joker movie.
Sure, yeah.
That's what he said, and they don't even like have a studio that will actually back them. It's just the script rewrite. So
it's bad when
the A24 was with him.
No,
there was rumors that Sony wanted in on it, but I guess it lapsed with Sony a couple years ago. Yeah.
And like the PR for Todd was like they still didn't give an update for the stand-in release year, because when last looked at it, it's still 2025. I'm like, yeah, that ain't coming out.
No.
Ain't coming out.
Oh, it's not A24, it's Blumhouse. I was thinking,
Well, here's also what else is really telling about this, right? Mm-hmm. They could get like a $10 million reboot of Hellboy and Red Sonja shot last year, but nobody's willing to give $10 million to Spawn. It's like, oh, that's sounding rough, you know?
And what's even like weirder is that Jamie Foxx was supposed to play Spawn. So
yeah,
last we heard, he was still attached.
Yeah.
Apparently, he put like 20 million into the movie. So I don't know.
Where did so they're laundering money. That's what you're telling me now.
Pretty much, yeah.
There's no way anybody put any actual money into Spawn so far and then got nothing out of it.
But it's
I just don't understand how Prime didn't get this. It's like literally right there.
Rats. Either like you could do it animated, you could do it live action. I know they want to do it live action. If you're going to do it live action, Prime would be perfect, because then you can go hard R, but also they don't do everything wide releases in theaters. So like, it's kind of it's primed for it.
I was gonna say that. I thought no, I'm better than that.
Well, I'm not. Low hanging fruit. I got it. Don't worry.
I was like, no, I have some self-respect. It's small, but it's there.
Yeah, I don't know what is it. Is like Todd just using this as promotional for all his other projects and just comes out
Probably.
saying that, oh, the movie's coming, but here's another toy line.
100%, 100%. This man has made this into a grift to sell more toys.
Because
I'm
like the last thing I remember about him before this came out again was that they were selling their anniversary line of Spawn toys, where this time around, to make it different, you'll get a special Todd McFarlane signature like little piece of thing in the box along with your action figure.
I love that this is that meme. This is worthless, and just toss it into the flames. Awesome. It's again, I'm not meaning to like come down on Spawn, but like I genuinely think that there's a great like modern reboot you could do with it. But here on the CBC, we've been talking about this damn thing for like a decade. Okay, it's not going to happen at this point. Like I don't know what else they need to do. You know,
he re-announced a reboot 7 years ago. At this point,
yeah,
it's crazy.
Right? Again, you say re-announced because it was first announced in like 2012, and then like 2016, 17, and before that they were working on a sequel to the original. Which, that never happened, clearly. Because
that's what they should have done. They should have just made it a sequel to the original.
That's what they should do, honestly, yeah. Like, I mean, it's kind of primed, like, perfect for it, right? Like, hey, look how much time has gone by. Hey, look at where he's at now. The forces of evil. Like, there's a good story there, you know?
Also, you kind of want to get in front of Ghost Rider when Marvel eventually does that.
Oh,
because let's be honest, they're the same character. They're virtually the same.
They're gonna be so screwed if they don't. Oh. Well,
not that Ghost Rider's anywhere near the horizon, by the look of things, but
yeah.
Maybe that's why he's taking his time. He wants to drop it right before Ghost Rider comes out.
Oh, big brain moves is what I'm hearing here. Yeah. Big brain Todd McFarlane moves. Okay. Also, while he's at it, picks up your terrible action figures, the worst collectibles on the market, bar none. It is
nice.
How can people? Oh my god!
It makes me sad that McFarlane was the only one to have like the Halo figures back in the day.
Yeah,
and no one else has done them since. It's just like, well, where are they?
Well, they got the new ones, which are Jazzwares, but they're like infrequent releases, and they were timed to right before Infinite, and since Infinite bombed, yeah.
No, I just got my Reach team. Like, goddamn.
Yeah.
I know someone made like a die-cast 1/6 or whatever the hot toy scale.
Oh yeah,
of like Carter from Reach. It's just like, oh, it looks so good.
Yeah.
I never find it now because it's so old, but oh, it looks so good.
Well, you know what? We're just gonna jump on over with another quest over to talk about Vision. See? Talk about Vision Quest, so we're on a new quest to a new topic. I'm bringing back Vintage Armin over here, everybody. This is all for your entertainment. Yeah. So who's excited? Vision Quest set for 2026.
I'm the one person.
Woo! Yeah, you are.
I'm not even a massive fan of Vision. I just want more like.
I was gonna say, I'm putting you right here, Midge. You got to tell us, why are you excited for this when nobody else?
We all know why.
Because he took all his color away.
She's coming back.
Yeah.
No, that is true. He's a white boy now. Yeah. What was that meme where he was in like the turtleneck, he had the chain for one?
Oh yeah, the Ricardo meme.
Yeah, they whitewashed him from that. Just like,
oh man, like this whole thing. It's gonna be interesting to see what happens with it, because it's gonna have to be set pretty relatively close to the ending of WandaVision, right? Because like you can't be like 5 years went by and Vision's just, what's he doing? We don't know. Like,
I mean, you could get away with keeping it. I assume they are just going to keep it real time as well. But
man, that'd be interesting.
Unless they don't, but
yeah,
because it depends. Like, what's going to happen first? Like, because I assume he's going to be in like the Avengers movies.
Right. Exactly.
So what happens first? This or Avengers?
Yeah, I'm excited for this. It's okay, cool. We're gonna get some development on this, right? It's gonna be cool to see Vision back and all that. But I don't know how do you position this? Because they were just talking about how we need to lower budgets. We can't do we can't spend the same amount of money we spend. And suddenly it's like, here's a Vision series. I guarantee he's probably gonna remain in human form then for a lot of it.
I mean, possibly.
Yeah, because they can't really spend too much money on it, So
No, I just wonder, what do you do with a Vision? Like, do you just follow Vision Quest and stick with that, or
yep.
do you try and bring in elements of Tom King's Vision run, but then you're kind of treading the same water you tried with One Division?
Yeah, that's the hard part, right? Like,
So I assume
oh,
they want characters like a Viv
right,
in
100%.
there, but I don't know.
Just watch like after Agatha ends, it's gonna be like, oh no, everybody's banned from Westview. Nobody can come here. And suddenly Vision, the post-credit scene, it's like Vision rolls up in a truck with his daughter. He's like, here's our new home, everybody. It's like, oh my god, we can't get away from this place.
I mean, you should do it. Just have it
They
be like
should.
some residual hex magic is like time looped Westview or something.
I was gonna say, I mean, isn't Westview supposed to be like a nexus point or something in the MCU? So like,
I don't know.
kind of like you could pull that, being like, there's always something that's got to be happening here.
Yeah,
You could do it.
make
You
it
could do it.
literally make it the Twilight Zone of the MCU.
Yeah. Easy, done.
Like, because
It's
there's
done.
these like insanely strong witches situated right here. Funky stuff happens.
Yeah. Honestly, that would be pretty great. That would be pretty great. Like something.
And that's how you get the twins back, and then that's how you get Vision and that, and how Wanda comes back, and just build up from there.
It could, yeah. Make Westview like a haven for a bunch of freaks. You got like the Jack Russell running around. You got Man Thing who just got a home in there. He's like, hey, everybody. That would be the greatest series ever. It's like, hey, today can we follow a day in the life of Man Thing?
How's the Grim? Is it the Grim Reaper? The guy with the scythe for a hand?
Yes.
Yeah, like just have him rock up.
Yeah. He's supposed to be allegedly in Agatha, but I don't know.
Oh, is he?
Along with Brother Voodoo, that was the rumors. So we'll see. Yeah.
I'd have thought he'd have been in the Wonder Man series.
Yeah.
Which is still somehow happening. I'm surprised at that one.
Hey, you know what? That's a perfect segue because I was wondering about this series, and it turns out, yes. Guess what? It's gonna be spotlighted, which means Marvel Studios is kicking it to the curb and going, "Yeah, we don't care."
See, that's just.
So
I really try and think that Spotlight's not like that. I know deep down that it is.
yeah.
Like, in my heart of hearts, I know that it's you ain't got to watch this. Especially when they announced the whole rebranding with the studios, television and animation.
Right.
They used the exact same line for the television branding as Spotlight. And so, I guess Spotlight's dead, right? Agatha should have been a Spotlight, right? No, apparently it's still there.
Yeah. So what kind? It doesn't make sense to me. Like it. So Echo, the Spotlight, not important, but Daredevil, and it's going to factor into the future, and clearly factors into everything Kingpin that's happened. So that's Spotlight. So Wonder Man, this doesn't make sense. I don't get why this is happening.
No, I feel like I got a full faith they'll get back on their feet with the pipeline and everything, but it's very, they're getting confusing with the wording and how many brands they've got. So,
yeah. And again, if they decide to make like an R-rated brand, like bring back Marvel Knights or something, because I feel like
that's what Spotlight should have been, right? Especially when they say, "Hey, here's Echo."
Yeah.
But no.
Yeah, it's very weird. And I mean, Wonder Man. The funny thing is, they still haven't like confirmed that this series technically exists outside of this one interview finally, but they're like, so yeah, Wonder Man Spotlight, and then that's it.
Yeah, maybe there's just too much to keep track of, and they let it slip. They're just like, oh yeah, it's Wonder Man's happening, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming it's getting announced at D23 officially with a trailer and a full-blown reveal. And since it's Spotlight, I'm guessing they could drop it as soon as like this winter or early next year. And since it's Spotlight's not technically on the release schedule for Marvel, it's like that's how they can be like, well, no, we told you 2 series a year, but this is Spotlight. It's completely different.
It's 2 Marvel television series a year.
Yeah, but not
Spotlight. We have 8 Spotlights coming.
Well, it hurts my soul knowing that if we ever get more Runaways, Cloak and Dagger or anything, they're all going to be spotlighted.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Like, get out of here, you rascals! Who nobody wants you around.
At least they were on X-Men 97. I can take solace in there.
Yeah, they made a brief appearance, and also like Nico from Runaways is going to be in Spider-Man.
Yeah, but no one cares about Runaways.
Sir, I am one of the foremost 7 Runaways fans.
7, yeah.
Keep dreaming. Oh man, I combined the numbers with the Kazar fans. Excuse me.
So those gummies you're seeing double.
I'll take it. Hey, a victory is a victory.
It's even funnier because you can't half 7. You get half a person.
I can, trust me.
Just someone laying down is merged into 2 people. It's like, oh.
Can't divide 7. Listen to this liberal propaganda. What is this?
Sorry.
I can divide whatever
3.5 is woke now, yeah. It's down woke numbers.
I'm excited to see all the Wonder Man is my favorite character. They made him woke now.
Oh, you mean me?
No, you didn't even like Wonder Man. Stop.
I love Wonder Man. Wonder Man's fantastic.
This seems like a lie.
Look, Wonder Man is part of the Scarlet Witch family tree. I therefore automatically have to like him.
Mitch about to become a Wonder Man grifter on YouTube.
Mm-hmm. He's why Wonder Man's the best thing you've never read.
Hold up, let me look up what issues he was in because I've never read them. Oh man,
easy. Yeah. West Coast Avengers.
Perfect. Done. Yeah. Done. There we go. So we'll see what the news is on Wonder Man. It sounds like it's not really even post visual effects heavy. So
he's a pacifist, right? He's an actor.
Yeah.
Well, he was an actor. He doesn't really fight, so you haven't got to actually really do a lot with Wonder Man.
Yeah, and the
I assume there's going to be a fight at some point. And
yeah.
His hands glow, like cool.
Right. Yeah.
His body's pure energy, but he looks just completely normal.
And even Netflix could pull off a glowing hands for Iron Fist because they made him hold a shiny light. So,
Does that look bad?
Yeah, well, that's Netflix.
At least in Marvel, you'll get like the glow around it. It won't just be the hand.
Oh, they're gonna, yeah. 100%.
They still won't do the Kirby Crackle because they hate Jack Kirby, Marvel. But...
Well, there you go. Well, speaking of something we don't hate, let's talk about the X-Men, as Marvel Studios has officially hired a writer for the project. And just by looking at his writing history, he's never going to write anything good because nobody ever improves, guys. I've been able to deduce this from
he's finally changed his narrative from the group.
But the thing is, like,
exposed.
I love when they get writers that everybody doubts because they've done this before, and then they end up knocking it out of the ballpark. So,
I mean, it happens. Like, you can get a writer who writes complete garbage for one genre and you stick them into another one, and they get it and it clicks.
Mm-hmm.
It's also almost like the writer doesn't have final say in a movie.
Oh,
because it makes me laugh. People really don't understand how movies are made.
Let's start making sense. Let me grift.
So everyone knows the director has final say in everything, yet somehow it's always the writer's fault. Like, oh. Imagine possibly changing a script halfway through filming and it turning out not to be good.
Oh, it's gonna be like, I don't know, like looking at the whole. First, let's talk a little bit about just the discourse about it. Because of course there's discourse because they're rebooting the X-Men, and people are still convinced about all these rumors. That again, how do we know any of these rumors are true? Because they just hired a writer, and they just hired a writer who hasn't actually started writing. He's just made a pitch. So that's why, like,
Because
any
it's
rumor.
Marvel, Feige writes the scripts.
Ah, yes, and a Feige GPT, yes, because he's an AI. As we found out in She-Hulk, that's literally Feige. So, but like seriously, like let's wait till we hear something official before we start condemning this thing because people already have, and people are like, he wrote the Assassin's Creed movie and that was bad. I'm like, the Assassin's Creed movie was all right, but that was also Fox cutting out 40
No,
minutes
it
of the
was
film.
bad. That
It-
movie was bad.
It was better than a lot of the other comic book films.
I mean, that's
Well,
not
okay.
a high bar.
I was gonna say that's a pretty low bar when I think about it. So,
Yeah.
or like comic book and video game films. Okay.
It's like saying Biden's better than Trump. It's like, yeah, that bar's really low, but Biden struggles to clear it.
Yeah. Wild. So I don't know. Like, I'm fine with them hiring writers that maybe we aren't familiar with, because like everybody was dead set on it needs to be X, Y, and Z. It's like, well, no,
Pun.
yeah. So I don't know. What direction do you think they take this reboot in?
I hope they called it the Y Men and
yes,
just go on from there. Why not?
Hmm.
Yeah, instead of X-Men Gold and X-Men Blue, you have X-Men Y Men. There you go.
It's
Segregation.
not my X-Men. That's too woke.
It's the only way. Like, even then, the grifters are going to complain about it, right?
Of course they are. But the same.
I mean, like they complained about X-Men 97, and like it's one of the most universally praised animated shows this year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but that show killed off the Inhumans, so you can burn now.
Did you finally end up watching it, Mitch?
I did, yeah. I watched it over the weekend.
So did you catch the carcass of Eldrak's mouth?
I did, yeah.
Open in the back, dead. That hurt my soul.
Yeah, everything needed a sacrifice.
Yeah,
I mean, the X-Men are right there. That's what they do. Did we not learn from the Fox movies that Jean and Scott just have to continually die for these things?
Oh my god, those movies. Yeah. So I don't know. Things are happening with the X-Men movie. When we hear something official, like at D23, since they got a writer, I'm assuming they're going to reveal at least, hey, here's the first early logo, just like Fantastic Four, and maybe tease a plot element, right? Like a basic synopsis.
So do that for Loki, right? Just give us a concept art.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't even obviously have to. The same way with Loki, right? It was from season 2, technically.
Yeah.
So just do something like that.
Remember when they announced Guardians of the Galaxy? Not a single actor was there. The concept art literally looks nothing like the final film, but they gave us concept art to just kind of sell the pitch, right? You're like, oh, that's cool, like, so yeah, do something like that. It's like, we don't need to see who's playing Cyclops, because guess what? He's wearing a visor. It's fine, just a generic face. It's
just troll the audience really hard. Use the old Fox actors.
Oh,
and it's like, here's your X-Men.
Which
Alexandra
one?
Shipp, she's right there. She's not coming back, but she's
gonna say, they bring back Ty Sheridan just for Cyclops concept art. Yeah.
Oh. And now you got me thinking of that old Guardians concept art. I've missed those days.
Yeah,
2012 was crazy.
Yep.
With Fat Rocket Raccoon. Oh. Oh, what a time.
Yeah. Remember how like we've seen a ton of the Fox concept art, and it's like every time the concept art looked way better than what we ended up getting, it's like,
Because it wasn't all just black.
Yeah. Yep. It's wild. crazy. So it'll be interesting to see what happens next and what direction X-Men goes in, what announcements made when, but stay tuned and we will talk about it soon. But now we're gonna swing and jump and crawl our way over to the final topic featuring the 4 villains of Spider-Man 4, allegedly. So Mitch, what are we talking about here? Who are we gonna be seeing?
Well, apparently you got Shocker in there,
Uh-huh.
you got Scorpion in there, you have Kingpin, and you also have Venom. Apparently.
And there's also been a rumor Black Cat might appear in this thing as well. So I don't know. Or at least Felicia. So we'll see.
That wouldn't surprise me in the slightest. Anything to not do Gwen, because Marvel hate Gwen.
Yeah, seems true. So let's rewind it a bit. So Spider-Man 4 might feature 4 villains, but also it might be a multiverse film. Is that?
Well, Venom's the multiverse bit, right?
Yeah.
Like you're keeping that element in there, and you're gonna do some stuff with it because it's like, oh yeah, we're a multiversal hive mind now.
But then, how do they hypothetically bring back Andrew and Toby? Because that's what all the insiders have been saying. They're 100% returning, like it's a multiverse film.
Are you sure? Oh, is it just?
Because they're a hype. Well, you can't actually do it for Garfield. You can maybe make it up, but if it's that multiversal hive mind, you just be like, hey, this is a memory from Maguire's Spider-Man 3. Here's a quick flashback of Spider-Man 3. No.
That's not what people want. They want
that's what you're gonna get.
They want new footage.
Yeah, it's. I mean,
that you showed a top hat guy walk past the Venom tank from TASM 2.
Oh, not the gentleman or whatever he ended up being.
Was it it was the gentleman, wasn't it?
I think so.
Yeah. What random ass pull that was. God damn.
Yeah, it's one of those. The TASM on the mind, people. TASM on the mind. I don't know. Like, I'm genuinely kind of worried about Spider-Man 4 because, like, Spider-Man No Way Home, Sony got their way. Obviously, that's the only reason Venom showed up in now was because Sony won with that argument that they had with Marvel, and Kevin Feige and Marvel Studios bent over backwards. I have a feeling they're going to try to do it again, and a part of me feels like they're going to try to shoehorn in more of what Sony wants or needs to succeed, and it's like,
yeah, probably.
It makes me less excited, and that's unfortunate. But
because you just want the down to earth. Want a low scale Spider-Man movie. You don't want every movie to be these big bombastic multiverse movies.
Right. It's because the next one, it's like once the next one happens, already diminishing returns. You can't do it a third time, and that's going to devalue if either of them shows up in Secret Wars. Then it's like, we're starting to get to the point where like they overstay their welcome. It's like you're too much, way too much of that thing. So
it's the problem with Well, I just lost completely what I was going to say there. I've been halfway through a sentence, it just vanishes. Yeah, that just happened.
Yes, I have. Oh yes. Oh yes. Yeah.
My brain blue screened. God damn.
It's just, I don't know. Like, I'm hoping that Spider-Man 4 can work itself out to be the film that I think a lot of fans want, but the loud majority online is indicating that everybody just wants another multiverse thing. But a lot of these same people turned on Spider-Man No Way Home after like 4 months.
That's just the movie life cycle these days.
It's true too, unfortunately.
You can't be seen to be different on Twitter. So
yeah. Walking and talking in circles with Spider-Man. And okay, so let's say hypothetically the symbiote's in there, Venom, right? They're ending Tom Hardy's Venom series and they're rebooting with a R-rated animated series. So what happens with Venom then? Is Tom Hardy jumping in? Is he play a variant in the MCU?
It's simple, right? You have Scorpion right there.
Well, that's what I would do because that's a smart move. Yes,
Yeah.
but
You just jump past Eddie
Oh,
Brock
no.
and go straight to Gargan.
No, we don't want that Venom.
Do you
I
want
like
Tom
Gargan
Hardy's
as
Venom?
No!
It's Gargan's Venom's horrible.
I
Yeah, but
like
that
this
was in
Venom.
the comics. This is in the movies. We can make him good.
I don't trust him.
It can be done. Just have to.
I don't like this Gargan slander.
He slandered himself.
That would be libel.
Yeah, I'm excited to see just how they kind of take the next chapter of Spider-Man and give it to us because there's so many question marks. Like this is like the hardest one because it's like the logistics of, hey, Ned can't show up anywhere else outside of this thing that has to share screen time with Peter Parker, and none of the rest of the universe can reference those characters unless they appear in those films. Like the logistics behind are just so fascinating.
I mean, you could put Ned in Doctor Strange.
I mean, technically they could, but they got to okay it with Sony, and I feel like Sony's like, as we've seen, you know.
Yeah,
they had a chance.
It's like, you can put Ned in this movie, but you can't put Kraven in. Like, X-Men. Like, what are you doing?
Watch them try to force like Morbius and Kraven as multiverse villains.
I think Feige, and I think everyone, I think I speak for everyone when I say that I'd rather lose Spider-Man again and never have that.
I agree.
At least those versions of it. Like, no, I'd certainly just take him back. I'd rather not have Jared Leto anywhere near this.
Yeah, he's gone diddling people in the computer realm as Tron.
They're polygons now. It's fine.
It's fine if he diddles polygons. Oh, Bryan Singer suddenly joining the film.
I mean, Bryan Singer's up in Israel, so
yeah.
Who's surprised? The asshole's an asshole. Shock.
So what do you guys think? Because apparently Spider-Man 4 is supposed to start shooting this fall. Like,
yeah, it doesn't surprise me. It's been long enough now.
Yeah, I hope so. Like, this thing came out in 21. It's gonna be 3 years and no movement on it. Like, I hope something happens by this fall, or man,
it's crazy. Is this the longest gap between Spider-Man movies since like 2000?
I mean, when did
it's every two? How many years was it? Every 2-3 years, or something.
So TASM came out in 2012, and the last time was 2008. So 4 years. This will be officially the largest gap between Spider-Man films.
That's crazy.
Wow, that's wild.
Yeah.
Huh. I don't like that. I do not like that at all. It's taking way too long for what should be something that prints money. You know, like everybody.
Yeah, but at
knows.
the same time, I appreciate the gap between having like the big blowout third movie and then letting stuff lie a little bit. Well, obviously, I don't think it was intentional because COVID is strikes, but
yeah,
I appreciate the gap.
Agreed. So we'll talk more about this as we get more news, probably this summer. So that has officially brought us to the end of the podcast, everybody. We are doing a bonus topic. We're going to talk about Luke Cage, some of the Defenders returning, and all that, and the prospect of that after some recent Mike Colter comments. So hopefully we see you guys there for the members video. And I guess that's it. There's no other housekeeping. Oh, there is did you see MCU Spider-Man is the worst because his film did the worst at the box office for re-release? Yeah.
Did it actually?
Yeah. It made like half of what TASM 2 made, which was the lowest earning so far. But think about it. There's no nostalgia factor or anything. Like,
I didn't even know they re-released the MCU ones yet.
Yeah. They just started last week, and obviously it's like I even predicted. I said, yeah, the MCU ones are going to make the least amount because there's no nostalgia factor and they're so new. It's like, yeah, that's why you don't re-release new films.
Also, everyone probably owns them somewhere, right?
Yeah, true. So that happened, but people want to talk about it, so there you go. So that's it, everybody. So hopefully we see you for the bonus topic, and we'll catch you all next week.